MCQ on impact and impulse momentum theorem. First question: impulse of a force acting on a body is equal to. Impulse is asked. So we'll apply impulse momentum theorem. So it is impulse momentum theorem is nothing but impulse is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum, or we can say impulse is equal to change in momentum. Final minus initial means change in momentum. So our option B is correct, that is impulse is equal to change in momentum of a body. Second question: impulse of an average force is equal to product of. So again we'll see definition of impulse force. Definition of impulsive force is: it is a large force acting on a particle for a short duration of a time. So means we are saying impulse is equal to product of force and a short duration of time, means dt, or we can say impulse is a product of force and time. So for question 2, option B is correct. Question 3: if momentum of a particle is doubled, its kinetic energy will be. So first we are saying momentum is going to get doubled. So when we are saying momentum is doubled, first we must know what is meant by momentum. So momentum is product of force, moment is product of mass into velocity. Mass is generally remaining constant, so we are changing the variable is velocity. So when momentum is doubled, the velocity gets doubled. So here, if we are initially, suppose momentum was mv, after we are making it double, it will become 2 mv. So initially kinetic energy was 1/2 mv square. Now we are making the momentum double. So here when momentum is double, velocity is double. So here instead of v, now we are putting 1/2 m into 2v bracket square, which will become 1/2 m into 4v square. 4 will bring outside the bracket, it will become 4 in bracket 1/2 mv square. 1/2 mv square is nothing but the initial kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy was 1/2 mv square. So whenever we are making the momentum double, it kinetic energy become 4 times of initial kinetic energy. So option D is correct. Fourth question: two particles of mass m1 and m2 have same momentum. The ratio for their kinetic energy is, we are saying momentum is same, means m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2. We are writing suppose equation in terms of velocity v1, so it will be m2 v2 upon m1. Now here we are taking ratio of their kinetic energy, that is ke1 upon ke2 is equal to 1/2 m1 v1 square upon 1/2 m2 v2 square. We are having value of v1 from here 1/2 m1. Instead of v1 we are taking m2 v2 upon m1 bracket square upon 1/2 m2 v2 square. Suppose 1/2 gets cancelled from numerator denominator, we are expanding the bracket m1 m2 square v2 square m1 square upon m2 v2 square. So here this v2 square gets cancelled. This is m1 and this is m1 square. This m1 and from m1 square one m1 gets cancelled. This is m2 square, this is m2. So from here one m2 and here m2 gets cancelled. So remaining is m2 upon m1, or we can say ratio of kinetic energy ke1 upon ke2 is equal to mv1 m2 is to m1. So here from equation from question 4 we can see for question 4 B option, m2 is to m1. This answer is correct. Now we see question 5. A large force acting on a particle for a short interval of time is known as. If we'll see the definition of impulsive force is a large force acting on a particle for a short duration of time, or the formula for impulsive force is force into dt. So our option B is correct for question 5. Question 6. If a momentum of a body is increased by 50%, then its kinetic energy will increase by. So here we are increasing momentum by 50%. In short, we are increasing its velocity, because formula of momentum is m into v. Mass m remains constant, velocity is variable in case of momentum. Momentum increased by 50%. So velocity has increased by 50%. So our new velocity has now become 1.5 v. This is our new velocity. Initial velocity was v, new velocity is 1.5 v. We will put this value in our new kinetic energy. So kinetic energy was initially m, 1 half m. Instead of v, now it is 1.5 v square. The bracket square. On expanding, it becomes 1 half m. What is square of 1.5? 1.5 square is nothing but 2.25, and v will become v square. So we are rearranging it in proper way. It will be 2.25 1 half m v square. This bracket is nothing but our kinetic energy. Now they are asking what will be the increase in kinetic energy. So increase in kinetic energy will be the final kinetic energy 2.25 1 half mv square. And initially it was 1 half mv square. So we'll rearrange it proper way. 1 half mv square becomes common. So in bracket is 2.25 minus 1 bracket 1 half mv square. 2.25 minus 1 is 1.25 in bracket 1 half mv square. So your new kinetic energy is 1.25 times initial Ke. 1.25 means 125 times initial Ke. So from these four options, 50, 100, 125 and 150, option C is correct. That is, new kinetic energy is 125 times initial kinetic energy. So we are taking for question 6 option C. Question 7. A particle has a mass of m and momentum p. The kinetic energy of particle is. So momentum p is equal to m into v, or we can say v is equal to p upon m. What is formula for kinetic energy? It is 1 half m v square. Instead of v, we are now putting value of p upon m bracket square. So on expanding the bracket, 1 half m p square m square, which is square. So this 1m, this get cancelled. So now here now value of kinetic energy is p square upon 2m. So out of these four options, if you will see option A, this p square upon 2m is the value of kinetic energy. Now for question 8. Two masses of 4 kg and 2 kg are moving with equal kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is same. Ratio of magnitude of their linear momentum will be. So here suppose we are saying m1 equals to 4 kg, m2 equals to 2 kg. Their kinetic energy are same. What is formula for kinetic energy? 1 half m1 v1 square equal to 1 half m2 v2 square. I am cancelling the half value. m1 was 4, v1 square equal to m2 was 2, v2 square. Rearranging it, v1 square equal to v2 square. this is 2 and this is 4. So we are taking square root. On taking square root becomes v1 equals to v2 by under root 2. So here how it is given under root 2, this 2 here it will become 1/2. So taking square root of 2 will be under root 2. So v1 is equal to v2 upon under root 2. Now you have to take a ratio of momentum. Ratio of momentum is nothing but m1 v1 upon m2 v2. m1 value is 4, v1 value is v2 upon root 2, value of m2 is 2, this v2 written as it is, this 2 and here it will become 2, this v2 get cancelled, it is now 2 upon root 2 or it will be just root 2. Therefore ratio of their momentum is root 2 upon 1 or root 2 is to 1. So from this 4 equation, option D, ratio of their momentum is root 2 is to 1. Question 9. If kinetic energy of a body becomes 4 times its initial value, the new momentum will be. Now here we are taking final kinetic energy is 4 times initial kinetic energy. See here the kinetic energy is becoming 4 times the initial value. Means the mass is not going to change. m1, m2 are going to remain same. So we can write down in this way. It is 1/2 m. Mass is going to remain same. 1/2 m v2 square equal to 1/2 m v1 square. This is now 4 times. So here this half get cancel, m gets cancel. So we are having v2 square equals to 4 times v1 square, or taking square root we are having v2 equals to 2 times v1. So now we are saying what is the value of their momentum. New momentum is mv2. What is value of v2? It is 2 times v1. So here 2 to mv1. What will be mv1? mv1 will be nothing but initial momentum. And what is mv2? It is final momentum. So now final momentum is 2 times of initial momentum. Means our C option is correct. That is when kinetic energy is 4 times initial value, momentum is 2 times the initial value. Then question 10. As per impulse momentum theorem is impulse is equal to change in momentum. It is mv2 bar minus mv1 bar. Velocity is a vector quantity. Now if mv1 is taken towards left, it is mv1 bar plus impulse equals to mv2 bar, which is mv2 bar, which is nothing but this mv2. So mv2 is equal to mv1 bar plus impulse. So for question 10, option A is correct. For question 11, a body of mass 50 kg is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second on a horizontal smooth plane. A horizontal force F equals to 50 Newton acts for 2 seconds in the direction of velocity. The velocity of block at t equal to 2 seconds. Here we are using impulse momentum theorem. Impulse momentum theorem is nothing but mv1 plus force acting for a short duration of time is equal to mv2 final momentum. We are putting all the values. So here initially mass is 50 kg, mass generally is remaining constant. It was moving with velocity 1 on a smooth horizontal plane. So v1 was 1. Then the force was applied 50 Newton for a short duration of 2 seconds. Then what is the final velocity? v2. So on simplifying this, we get value of v2 equals to 3 meter per second. So from this question 11, option B is correct. Now here a force P equal to 2t plus 3t square Newton acts on a particle of mass 2 kg at rest. The velocity of particle at t equal to 1 second is. Here also we are using impulse momentum theorem, but it written in this way that mv1 plus, now we are writing this in the actual, the formula is force acting for a very short duration of time, the force vector quantity. So and you have to integrate it to get the total impulse value. It is mv2. This is one more representation of impulse momentum theorem. We are writing integration of f into dt. Here we'll put value of m. M is 2 kg. Initially the particle was at rest, so v1 is 0. Then the value of force is 2t plus 3t square. So initially where particle was at rest, and you have to find out velocity after 1 second. So our limits of integration are from time t equals to 0 to t equals to 1 second. Then value of m v2, mass it is 2 and velocity is asked v2. So we are integrating this equation. This is 0 plus, now the integration will become 2t square by 2 plus 3 t cube by 3, and we are writing the limit 0 1 equal to 2 into v2. Now we are putting the values, lower limit, upper limit. So to get the solution of this bracket, it will become 2 into 1 square by 2 plus 3 into 1 cube by 3 equal to 2 into v2. So finally on simplifying we get value of v2 equal to 1 meter per second. So from this 4 option A is correct. That is velocity of particle at t equal to 1 second is 1 meter per second.